Hey guys, it's Tony here with episode 183 of this week's Top 10 Hot Comic Books Found Out in the Wild and/or from my beautiful collection. This week's feature is going to feature some back issue deep dive. I've been going through our local comic book stores, a couple bookstores, and I had a few books this week to get together for this week's episode. It's a little bit from everywhere, so I can't give full credit to a single store and/or from my beautiful collection. But that's not why we're here. We're here to see what's hot, and there's some really crazy things that are garnering people's attention. I don't know what the hell that means. Maybe a garnish or something. I don't know. But Ant-Man. Ant-Man's a huge premiere this weekend. Hope you guys plan to go see it so it's not spoiled for you. Please spoiler free. No leaving anything stupid down in the comments. Ruin that movie for me. I'd be upset. We're going this Sunday to go see it with a family and a bunch of friends. So we'll talk more at the beginning of the week about that movie. So please let me know what you thought of it, right? Without any spoilers if you've already seen the movie. All right, let's get into this week's going. I got some shout outs. First things first, where'd my shout outs go? Oh, here we go. Episode 182, Jim Haysecker. I got a couple guys. Hey, Jim, how are you doing? And Bradley. Hey, Bradley, how are you doing? You guys are, you're frequently commenters, and I appreciate that. I may have a tendency to have a brain fart and forget something, and I appreciate you pointing it out to me. Trying to save my fat out of the bacon or something like that out of the fryer. Maybe you could leave a comment and tell me what the hell I'm trying to say. Anyways, Jim says, I think you're talking about the Speed Force, the Flash trailer. Holy crap. So he can go back in time, forward, backwards, and also through various universes by tapping into the Speed Force. He is going so fast, all the Flashes can get to it. So thanks for pointing that out for me, Jim, because I didn't know. I'm a Flash fan, but I couldn't tell you that. I got stuck trying to remember what that was called. And then, so thanks, man. I appreciate that. And then Bradley said, I love the Spider-Man covers. Those were some great Spider-Man covers. As a matter of fact, I've picked up one more black and white 1 in 100 variant of Disney's 100-year celebration. And I'll have that presented in the next maybe 1 or 2 videos from here. I think I got a toy video, and then I'll get back to some cool comic books. But all right. Anyways, Bradley, thank you. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys commenting and interacting with me. And any one of my other followers, I haven't talked to you in a while. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, happy birthday. I got family members getting old on me. Hey, Sierra. Yeah, she's starting her softball. Missed a basketball. Didn't get to see you play basketball. I hated that. But saw some cool pictures. It looked like fun. But we'll get together and make sure that we come out and see you play softball. There you go. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Hey, Jackie's feeling better. He's on a second dose of antibiotics. He still hasn't gone out for lacrosse yet. He's trying to get wind back in his lungs. All right, cool. That's all my family updates. So I want to get right into this week's episode. Number 10 of this week's Top 10 Hot Comic Books. Back issues. Yes, I got to love them. Oh, I love when you slip through that. That is, can you see it? This is Shogun Warriors. And if you're not familiar with Shogun Warriors, they were some giant size, like 2 foot tall robots that was big in the mid 70s, late 70s. They were also the company that made those also made the Godzilla large figure. Marvel picked up, they had Godzilla rights and were printing it. And they also got Shogun Warriors. This one's in a very good condition. It's not super minty. It'd be a little bit more valuable, but it's worth between $5 and $15 in this condition. It's a solid get at 10. I don't want to say I own any of these robots, but I've got one up there in a bin. I haven't brought it down yet. That was one my mom got me for a long time ago. Thanks, Mom. I still have it. I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get that up on the big board. That's at number 10. Oh, silence. At least the microphone's picking up my voice. I like that cover. I think his name was Ray Dean on that cover of that comic. Number 9 of this week's top 10 hot comic books is, come on, let's go to it. Bam, look at that. What in the world is this? This, if you're wanting to know what this is, I'm going to tell you why. When Spider-Woman was first introduced, she had a skull cap, a solid cap. You couldn't see her hair. She later revealed a costume change on her first issue with where you could see her full hair. So this is the 4th appearance of Spider-Woman, and this is the last time she would wear the old costume, her first costume. This one right here goes between $8 and $12. In this condition, it's a solid get at 10. Yeah, there's a theme here. We touched base on a few books this week and some callbacks. So let me get that up on the big board. I like that one. That one's one of my favorite runs. I used to have every issue of that one, but oh, where'd it go? Got to get that up on the wall. I used to have every issue of that, but then when I sold the big purge, I got rid of all my Marvel 2-in-1. So slowly but surely picking up some key issues. That was number 9. Let's get to number 8. This week's top 10 hot comic books is, did I reload it? I sure did. Look at that. This is another Marvel 2-in-1. This is a number 3. I always try to pick up the first 10 issues of this when I'm out and about. This is a team up with Daredevil and also Black Widow. Issue number 3 was from May 1974. It goes between $5 and $15, and it's a solid get at 10. Yeah, I like that one. I love the Thing, Benjamin. I can't wait for the Fantastic Four to come to the Marvel Universe. I need to see a good rendition of Benjamin Grimm. All right, let's get to it. Number 7 of this week's top 10 hot comic books is, look at that. This is another early 1972. I think this was from March. I think it was a bi-monthly back then, but that's an early appearance of Ka-zar, Lord of the Hidden Jungle, with Shanna the She-Devil. This one, in this condition, goes between $8 and $12, and it's a solid get at 10. Yeah, Ka-zar, however you want to pronounce that. I find these, I always try to get the first 10 issues of this. There's a giant size. It's a reprint of the X-Men appearance. I can't remember the issue of X-Men, but it's an early X-Men. He's been around for a while, and I don't know, with this, I was going to say this Savage Land is what it's called. It disappeared and reappeared kind of like Atlantis did. So there you go. Just some rough, that is some rough information. But I picked this out because of Zabu. If you guys are not playing the Marvel Snap game, I'm not a sponsored idiot. Well, my whole family were playing Snap, and my boys were always trying to fix or find the perfect deck so we can kick each other's butt. And Zabu is just recently was part of that. I think they got a new Ant-Man in the Quantum Realm as a current one. But go check out Marvel Snap. I think you'd enjoy it. All right, let's get back to Ka-zar. That one's between $8 and $12, and it's a solid get at $10. I'm gonna get that up at number 7. Number 6 of this week's top 10 hot comic books is, cool. Same way with Miss Marvel. I see these earlier books. I want to get them, and if they're in clean condition, I'm going to pick them up. I'm going to try to complete these runs. But I love this one. This is an early not early, but June 1977, and it's versus Grotesk. With the Miss Marvel movie coming back out, I'm trying to go back and pick up some of the earlier issues of Miss Marvel. This one goes between $8 and $12, and it's a solid get at $10. All right, I'm going to put that up on the big wall. Here we go. Yeah, I know, I'm announcing it. I got to cut that out. It's number 6. Now, hey, we're getting to Tony's Target. Each week I set my sights on something and I want to share that with you, hence the words Tony Target. Let's get this in here. I want to show this to you. I'm really excited about this. So I don't want to say anything, but X-Force #1 was printed. It was one of those $1 million, it was overproduced, man. It was so overproduced. It was like when Spider-Man got produced and Spawn was popular. This is before the Fab 5 or Fab 4 left Marvel to go create their own characters for like, you know, Image Comics. But X-Force was so overprinted, people just really didn't really think there'd be any value to this. And what's really cool, I'm going to open this up. So what's really cool is when this comic book first came out, there were 5 different trading cards in the back. So a lot of people, you know, hemmed and hawed. These were in dollar bins. Let's see if I can get this out without getting the tape stuck to it. This is still polybagged. So if you can see that right there, that is Deadpool. So what's so cool about this, when Deadpool was real popular and the movies came out, and you know, people are going back and picking this one up, there was a graded copy, a 10 PGA, or is it PGA or PSA graded card? I think it's from Beckett, and they had it at $500 for a mint. And the problem, which solution, there were not a lot of them graded, and people didn't know where to find Deadpool's rookie card. So once everybody sent their cards in to get graded, they were a backlog, and it took forever. Now those cards are starting to be a little more abundant, and people are the prices come down for a graded copy. Loose copies, I've seen this comic book. Now listen, this one's gone as high as $70 featuring this card, but I think it's for they're aiming at the card collector that might not know the scarcity value of this comic book. Scarcity value, I think abundant. This book, in its heyday, when they were trying to get that card, was up to $50. It has come down. You'll still find some cheap ones between $5 and $8, but on average, right now it's between $10 and $20. So I think it's a solid get at 15, maybe 12. But you got to remember, this comic only had 1 of 5 different trading cards, and Deadpool is the most sought after. So check it out in your dollar bins or your back issues and see if they got a Deadpool card, and I recommend picking it up. So this is solid get at 15. Now that was a lot of information. I know. I just wanted to share that with you. Yeah. I'm going to go. I'm going to put that up on the big wall. That's at Tony's Target. Cool. I like it. It's a pretty book. I like Rob Liefeld's work, and Liefeld. Is it Liefeld or Liefeld? It's Liefeld, right? That's what I'm going to say. Guys, we're at the halfway point where I want to say thanks for watching me each week. I try to get you top 10 hot comics, action figures, or collectibles out in the market and or from my collection and share them with you. This week's no different. You know, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe and hit notification bell when I get some more videos. Hey, it's Tony again. I am what they call a video whore. My kid called me that. I'm about pissed my pants. Yeah, he's a knucklehead. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah. I need attention. I need your attention. I need your approval. I do not. You got to cut it out. Nikki's back. Can you guys say hi to Nikki? Nikki, come on out here. What do you mean no? Jackie was on camera. You can come out on camera. Yeah, well, I appreciate being here. You're making it run so much smoother. Not that Jackie has any issues. He just got sick. He was a little under the weather, Nick. Don't make fun of your brother. All right, where am I at? Oh, we're at the halfway point. Oh, yeah. Let's get right back into it. Thanks, Nick. I don't have anything loaded up. Let me get back out of there. There we go. Go, Nikki. All right, so this is number 5 of this week's top 10 hot comic books. Is none other than, right? What's wrong with this? It doesn't have a price tag on it. This is Uncanny X-Men number 33. This is a reprint that was put in the back of a Wolverine action figure from Toy Biz. This is the first solo cover and solo story of Wolverine fighting, right? And it was a big deal. This one goes anywhere from $60 to $100 if you can find the original one, and the reprint goes anywhere from $10 to $20. It also, you can tell the difference right here. It says not for resale. They call these this wasn't Hasbro. This was a Marvel Legends variant back in the day by Toy Biz. Well, there you go. Like I said, between 10 and 20 bucks, it's a solid get at 15. And that's number 5. at that. I like it. It's pretty. It's a clean. That's a clean copy. The one thing it's really cool is here, the Toy Biz packages. Can you see this one right up here? This is Marvel Legends Spider-Woman. I'll be featuring that in my next toy episode. But that's a Spider-Woman variant with her black and white costume. And that has a Spider-Woman #1 comic. I'll get you some more information. But that's the packaging. And plus, that's a cool one because it's got MODOK, which is real big right now. I've been trying to find the MODOK figure and the pieces to try to put him together. And then also I got MODOK. I just picked up a pop, which I'll feature. And then you guys got to remember the MODOK Marvel Legends. I'm going to bring that down and show that to you. It's coming up. It's like a preview, like a mini preview. I'm showing you stuff you can't see. But MODOK's big in the quantum realm, Quantumania, whatever you want to call that, from a new Ant-Man movie. All right, I'm getting sidetracked. I know, Nick. Hush, hush. All right, look at that. You know what this is? This is #4 of this week's Top 10 Hot Comic Books. This is Spider-Woman. And yes, this is what she looks like without that skull cap with her hair exposed. It always bothered me is how did the mask stay on her face when it wasn't over her head, right? So she just had an area where her hair could come out. Yeah, and you know, all these practical versions, I never tried doing it. And plus I don't have any hair, so I'm not too worried about it. But the reason I brought this up is that earlier Marvel 2-in-1, here, let me show you. That Marvel 2-in-1, she's right there with that skull cap, solid one. And then the new costume, oops, sorry, the new costume, look, her hair's flowing. And you're like, Tony, what is the deal? This is issue #5, and this is the first full appearance of Morgan Le Fay. She did appear in earlier issue as like a spirit, but it was hard to know who that was. And then this is her first full appearance since the Golden Age. She appeared in the Black Knight comic way back in the day, but in the current modern era, she is the Enchantress that should be appearing. There's a chance that she'll be appearing in the Agatha Christie, the Disney plus Agatha Harkness series, and she may be a villain or someone to help. I don't know. It's just a rumor, but man, when rumors drop, people trying to find the first appearance. So here you go, Spider-Woman #5, first full appearance of Morgan Le Fay. And if you didn't know, that is a version of Morgan the Fairy. She was known as the goddess in early King Arthur lore, and then through the years, right, a long time since King Arthur's been told a long time, she's become more of like a sorceress, enchantress, and a more fuller character through the years. But there you go. There's some hell. This could have been Tony's target. I gave you a lot of information about this. This one goes between 15 and 25 bucks, and it's a solid get at 20. You know, that's all right. I like my comic books, and there's a reason why comic books are going up in value, and that's one of them. Yeah, hey, that one's worth 20 bucks, just because I said so. But no, that way you know what the hell we're buying, or why I'm buying, or why something hot. You know, Nikki's giving me crap again. He's missed me. He hasn't been with here. How long has it been, Nick? Since New Year's, right? You haven't been here. You were here right before Christmas. Welcome back, you knucklehead. It's the middle of February. Sorry, arguing with my oldest. All right, so #3 of this week's Top 10 Hot Comic Books is none other than, look at that. So there's a reason I have this here. This is another character that reappeared for the first time since the Golden Age, right? Early Gold Key. This character was first called Dr. Solar. This was picked up by the Valiant Corporation. If you don't know what Valiant was, this was the first Valiant that was by like Jim Shooter. You remember Marvel I'm going to give them all the information. Marvel sold a lot of their rights and were trying to sell the publication out for the comic books. Jim Shooter and another guy and investors were trying to buy Marvel Comics. But I think they didn't get it. They sold it to Marvel decided to sell it to another publisher. where we currently are. So Jim Shooter went out and created his own universe. It had Solar, Turok, and Magnus, the robot hunter, which were Gold Key heroes. And then they created something like the Harbinger. There's a rumor mill that a Harbinger movie is coming from Sony, and so people are going back and trying to get this early first Valiant storyline, right? So this was written by Jim Shooter, created. It's now called Solar Man of the Atom. This was this book right here is between $15 and $25, and it's solid get at 20. Just relax. There's a reason Solar #1's here. It's going to be a callback, but let's put that up on the big board right there. That is number 3. So number 2 of this week's top 10 hot comic books. Plus, I like that. That's Barry Windsor Smith art. That is gorgeous art. I love him. His work, you know him from early Conan the Barbarian. So it was really cool having him come to Valiant Universe. It was a big deal. All right, just some more information. It's stuck in my head. I want to get it out. All right, so number 2. Look at this. All right, Nick, just sit down and relax. This has got a big old spiel. Hell, this is going to put me over the 10-minute mark. So what the hell is this? If you're not familiar with John Byrne, look at that. This right here is John Byrne's original art, and he was writing with, not writing, with Chris Claremont. Well, this is, look at that, X-Men and Next Men. Yeah, what a coincidence. John Byrne's writing, inking, and writing this story, and I enjoyed it. I followed it through its lifetime. You can find him in back issues and dollar bins still, but there's something wrong with this issue. They just made an announcement that they are going to kind of do a soft reboot of Hellboy. You know, they had those first couple Hellboy movies, and then they just did a reboot with the guy from Stranger Things that played the Guardian in a Marvel. He did Hellboy. Love those movies. I didn't think there's anything wrong with it. It just didn't, set the world on fire with box office. So they're talking about bringing Hellboy back. All right? Why are you asking me about this? If you were to pick up this issue, I think it was issue 23. There's a huge cover of Hellboy on the cover of the Next Men. And that is a character that is, I think, written by John Byrne, co-creator. I think he was writing it, and Mike Mignola, who's the creator of Hellboy. And this one right here, if you were to go into this comic book, I'm hurrying, Nick, I'm hurrying. At the back of this issue, there is a follow-up story, and it's called M4, M3, M2, M1, and they pull out a tray, and there's this red burnt guy in the a stand-up casket. And I'm like, that's Hellboy? They're crediting that as Hellboy? I went from front to end of this book, and I couldn't find Hellboy. There was no solicitation for it. There was no like ad for Hellboy. I could never figure it out. So I always thought it was him in the coffin or sarcophagus at the end of this comic book. That's wrong. That is wrong. This one, issue number 14, this has got a panel of one of the characters in a comic book store, and behind him on the wall is a huge close-up of the current Hellboy. And it is in black and red, and it says Hell, and his head's over where the boy is. So they're contributing this issue with the first color image, right, in a publication of Hellboy. There is a dime press that that came out like a preview of this. There is a pullout. There is a convention. There's some really high expensive books that he appears in, and I don't want to get into the whole Hellboy mythos, but John Byrne, issue, I think it was 23, had him on the cover, and that book's going up. That's like $75 to $100 right now. I can't find that one. I will find one. I will replenish my Hellboy back issues, but there's some trivia for you. So this was the first cameo appearance or a preview of what Hellboy would look like. Yeah, this book is going up. This was an $8 to $12 book, and now it is a $15 to $25 book. I've seen as high as $32, $34, but I think it's a solid get at 20. If you're a Hellboy fan, or if you like John Byrne, it's a perfect combination. Let's put that up on the wall. I know, what the hell, right? That is number 2. Nikki, Jackie wouldn't use the other computer to tell me to shut up. I got a computer right down here, and it's like, nobody needs that much information about Hellboy. Well, that's why the comic book is up here, Nick. God bless America. And we're looking at that. You've already jumped to number 1. All right, so let's get to it. So number 1, there we go. Number 1 of this week's top 10 hot comic books is, you already know, this is Solar Man of the Atom. I included Solar number 1 to give you some backstory. This is issue number 3. This is the first full appearance of a character called Toyo Harada. And he is the founder of the Harbinger Foundation. And there's rumors of a new Sony movie, kind of like Bloodshot. Not Bloodshot. Bloodshot. Yeah. The Vin Diesel movie. I really like that movie, but you know, it was a new oh, help me, a new Valiant corporation bought it from Jim Shooter, and they have their own new stuff. And I've gotten lucky. I've got another one I got to bring out, and that'll come out in a future video. All these pieces are falling together. But oh, where we go? Look at this. So Solar number 3 is the first appearance of Toyo Harada, and it's the first Harbinger Foundation. And this one's going between 20 and 30 bucks, and it's a solid get at 25. All right, there we go. All right, let me get that up on the big board. Killing me, Nick. That's number 1 of this week's top 10 hot comic books. That is another beautiful Barry Windsor Smith cover. Each week, I bring you a bonus. This week's no difference. This week's bonus is, drum roll please, can you see it? There it is down in the corner. Look at that. Look at that. This is another Marvel 2-in-1. This is the Thing and the Man-Thing. This is issue number 1. This was the first, obviously it's the number 1 issue, but this was started it all with the Thing doing his solo team-ups. I love this one. This was one of my favorite comics growing up. It's also like Marvel Team Up, where Spider-Man teamed up with different heroes and teams. But Man-Thing hit the big last, oh my goodness, help me. Werewolf by Night was a spotlight for Disney Plus Halloween special. And the Man-Thing made an appearance in there. And this had gone up in value. I've seen this as high as $100 and a real mint clean copy. This one goes between 30 and 40 bucks in this condition, and it's a solid get at 35. That's not too bad. Just pertinent amount of information. That is Marvel 2-in-1 number 1, Thing and the Man-Thing. That is pretty cool. I like it. So this week's hunt total is a beautiful looking drum roll is, all 12 of these books are worth $200. That's not a bad hunt. I spent less than $100 on these, which is true. I was going to do a $100 hunt, but 3 of these books come out of my back stock, a couple from one store, and it's a long story, so I didn't want to do a $100 hunt. But it's not bad. These are back issues and some key back issues, and there's a reason that a lot of these are going up in value. Hellboy, Harbinger project coming up, Morgan Le Fay coming up in a Disney project, and there's a common thread, right? Spider-Woman, Marvel 2-in-1 Thing. Gotta love it. Hey guys, if you know, this is kind of like a claim sale. Any of these books, if you're interested in them, they are available. All I have to do is type the name down in the comments and the number, and I'll get with you with the total of the actual shipping. First book ships for $9.99. Each additional comic after that is $2 each. And then if you want to save on free shipping, you are a big game hunter. That's how you're going to save big, right? Save over 15% off with free shipping. That's $170 for all 12 of these books this week. Guys, Remember, that's for the continental U.S. Outside the continental U.S., I'll take $15 off the actual cost of shipping. Another great hunt. Gonna love that t-shirt. Nick, I want to appreciate you being back here, giving me crap, keeping me honest. Shout out to my family. Love you guys. And go see Ant-Man, and we'll talk about it soon. I will see you on the next hunt. All right? You can get me out of here, Nikki. You going to go to the next screen? I'll see you on the next hunt. I already said it, Nick. Come on, just turn it off. I'm watching you. You got to hit